What is up, guys? Not Breakfast with Bobby, coming from you at a different time in a different place. But I want to get back on YouTube, start talking about some stuff, get back in the fitness space. I missed my time there. So let's talk about something real quick in the world of strongman, because I'm still staying there in the sense of I'm a fan and I'm still coaching. And I still have friends doing the sport. But first off, we have to talk about judging a strongman. Now, as a judge, and I've never judged World's Strongest Man, I haven't judged Arnold, I haven't judged Giant Slide. I've judged PSL shows and some amateur shows. But I have had to make several calls that either cost somebody money or make somebody money. And that's what we're talking about here. And when we have an incident like that happened to Evan Singleton, that arguably is what resulted in his injury, you can in fact make the argument that if it happened then, it would have happened after. You could also make the argument that that might not have been the case. The rest between reps could have been enough to keep him away from that level of intensity that caused the injury. But like it or not, Evan Singleton had the majority of that rep completed and was forced to essentially injure himself because a ref who is known for making mistakes, and not simple oh crap mistakes, but mistakes that seem to be relatively ego-driven with no apologies that come after. This is a repetitious thing that has been happening, and it's very clear why we don't see certain judges in certain positions at certain shows anymore. And it's difficult to tell you guys as a fan to maybe not fall into and support the celebrity judges just because they competed at one point in time. Because now we have the new guys getting hurt when it's not necessarily something that has to happen in the fashion that it's happening. Now, ultimately, I think all we can do is realize that this is in fact sport, and Evan Singleton in fact deserves a public apology. However, that hasn't happened yet. And having spoken to somebody, apparently, essentially, with the exception of one individual, no apology has taken place. Like I said, with the exception of one individual who I'm not going to name because he's kind of a big deal, and it was done quietly. It's going to stay quiet on that end. But that being said, I really think the public, I think the athletes, something needs to be said. There needs to be some kind of standard, or at least some kind of pushback when we have judges that are making mistakes consistently, especially when we potentially look at the same nationality of athlete that's being affected year after year by these calls. Not to point any fingers, but we can select and see a pattern. So, end rant, enough of that. What am I doing? Well, I really don't know right now. In terms of competing, I'm not doing anything. I'm training and doing the things I want to do. I have things I want to accomplish because I want to do them, and I'm going to do them. Most likely not in contest. I mentioned the other day, I want to throw a 50-foot shot or a 50-foot throw with a 16-pound shot. I think that's going to be a good time. One of the other things I want to do, I want to deadlift 900 pounds beltless, and I kind of want to take another shot at pulling 1,000 pounds with just a belt and straps on. I pulled that to my lower knee years ago, and I'd like to give it another shot. Lower knee, because I have two, right? No, so right about here. And sorry, I get eaten alive by mosquitoes, guys. Sorry about all the scratching. But those are things I want to do. I also want to push back into more of the general populations and begin helping people, everyday people, not just strongman athletes, reach their fitness goals. I have a litany of skills in that particular department because I've done a litany of things over time. And I'm going to see how many more times I can say litany, because today it's a funny word. I'm probably using it wrong. However, that being said, that is what Bobby Thompson is doing moving forward. I'm also going to be getting back on YouTube, discussing fitness issues, health strategies that I'm pushing, as well as keep you guys posted on what I'm doing for training. Because my goal is not to wither away. I know it may not look like it, but I'm still 320 pounds, and I am almost a normal human. Take that however you want. I am almost a normal human, and this is where my body is starting to settle with consistent training and a little bit of flexible diet eating. I'm a little fluffy from yesterday, but I kind of earned it. So I like what my body's doing. I want to continue being a freak in the fitness world, if that were to make sense, owned by no sport, merely driven by the things I want to do for people who want to watch. So stay tuned. We are revamping YouTube. Sorry there's not more of what, I say we, it's me and Achilles who's asleep in the corner. I will be revamping YouTube, going over some different things. Now that I'm outside of the world of strongman a little bit, I can talk about different things, including some of my more personal opinions about that. So stay tuned. It's good to be back on YouTube, guys. And yeah, thanks for hanging around.